Hey everyone, so I'm making this video honestly just because I feel like I would have appreciated seeing it when I was considering not drinking. And I wanted to put this out there because I think that it may be helpful to some people who might be kind of going back and forth on if they think they should stop drinking or not, or if they're worried about it, or if they're not able to, or whatever's going on with them. I think it might be useful to see another person who, like I'm in my 20s, I'm 28 right now, but another person in that kind of like age bracket who stopped drinking. And I actually stopped drinking a little over 2 years ago. So just when I was, I think, turning 26. Yeah, so pretty young, considering that, you've only been able to go to the bars for like a few years. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of get it out there that I think I have noticed actually that a lot of people have they do come up to me and talk about like not drinking, what it's like, is it hard, why do I do it, all these questions they have, and usually they come up to me when they've been drinking and their inhibitions are a little bit lowered, and they're curious about just kind of why I stopped, but also they're curious, I think, because they they're scared that they have a problem maybe, or they just know maybe if they don't have a problem, they just do stupid stuff when they drink, like just dumb, and they're anxious about it, or they like hate that feeling when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my god, what did I do, and did I piss somebody off, or what happened? So I just want to say that my personal feelings about alcohol, I don't care about anybody drinking at all. Most of my best friends, if not like almost every single one of them, does drink. And they like it and they love it. I also love drinking. Like, I think it's a blast. It's so much fun. I don't judge anybody that drinks. I think that people who do are, it's just like imposing your lifestyle on somebody else. That's not cool. I will say, though, that I do believe that my life after drinking became exponentially more improved. My relationships with my family and with my friends and with myself just got so much better. Like, I can't even explain how much happier I am. And how much it's just like easier things are in terms of like just day-to-day life stuff. If you're wondering about not drinking and you're kind of concerned with, maybe there's anxiety up in you where you're like, you're just not able to stop, or you're worried if things are going to be less fun, if you're not going to have friends, all these things. Like, I think a lot of people sometimes think those things. I wasn't worried about not having friends, but I was worried about just like, I don't know. I was just worried about like what life would be like not drinking. And truly, it's just like so much better. You're able to still go out, and trust me, like I go out. I'll go to concerts. I'll go out to shows, to parties. I'll go to house parties. I'll go to comedy shows. I'll go to. I don't really go to bars anymore. I did, but like I'm just not really my thing anymore. But I did, and it's just like pretty great. Things are not a big deal. I think that if you're worried about being more boring, don't be. You're gonna be like way more fun. For me, I am able to go out and I can then like not spend money on booze, which is pretty tight because it's expensive, like hundreds of dollars saved. And then also you can go home, get up in the morning and do what you want to do, or like just at the very least not feel like crap and feel like you did last night, you didn't do anything stupid, at least drunkenly, and you were able to kind of like get yourself back to the next day, which you're then productive. Whether that, I mean, like, it doesn't have to be anything. It could be watching movies, but like that anxiety that you get, or that hangover, or the Sunday scaries or whatever, doesn't exist when you don't drink. So like you're able to like go out with your homies, hang out, do whatever you want to do, and then you get to go back to your house or wherever you're going and, you know, stay up till 5, sure, whatever. Then the next day you wake up and you feel great, like things are cool. Go on a run, you know, go on a hike, go call another friend, go on a flight to another place, like do work, go work on a project that you're doing, a side hustle. Like you can do it all. And honestly, when you drink, like my opinion is that society is drowning in alcohol. I don't think there's any problems with alcohol in terms of like moderation. Sure, do that. That's fine. But why is it that when we go to a concert that if like a venue, let's say, you get in there and everything around you, every little store or little pop-up like cart thing is just shoving booze down our throats. Like it's nonstop. And it's not like they're providing like a ton of food either. I believe that alcohol is like, we know it's a suppressant, but I believe that it's like a societal suppressant. I have watched friends of mine and myself expand in their thought, in their health, in their wealth, in their like overall like kind of like power so much without booze that it's almost like astonishing. And they're just so much happier. And you have to kind of like wonder, why is it that you are going to everywhere, like restaurants, bars, you know, venues, it like anything really, like any ad you see is just like shoving booze down your throat. Like, and that's fine if you can hang and get away with it, but a lot of people just can't. Like, I was one of those people that I just like eventually was like, this is not okay with me. I'm pretty sure, I'm Googling this now, how much money does the government or the treasury make off of alcohol sales? Let's see. Okay, so in 2020, revenue from alcohol tax in the U.S. amounted to $9.49 billion in U.S. dollars. The total revenue of the U.S. government in 2020 totaled to 3.42 trillion U.S. dollars. So I'm not sure what that percentage is off the top of my head, but it is a lot of money. Like basically, it says more down here. It says results from significant government revenue. A total of nearly $10.9 billion were generated from the sale of alcohol in 2014. And I mean, that's just 2014. Like, that's crazy to me. So why, then it's like, well, why is the government, hold on. Okay. Like, obviously it's a tax that the government is making money off of course, but it's not like surprising, I guess, to me that there's just like so much of it pushed on us. It's like a little bit scary. It's like a federal and state funded situation, like alcohol is, in terms of, or not funded. I'm saying like they both the federal and the state make money from this. And then like what was super suspect to me is like when things went shut down, things like you couldn't go to AA to get like help or community or treatment. I know a bunch of people that like couldn't go, or at least, you know, that wasn't an option for them, and yet you could go buy booze. So I don't know. I think that's crazy. Basically, the moral of this is like, I think that if you're looking to stop drinking and you want to like get a grip on it a little bit, or you're wondering what life is like without booze and you're a little bit anxious about it and you want to try it, like there's a couple things you could do. Number one could be to write a contract. I literally have a contract that I put on the it's kind of an outline basically of starting on, this date, I will not do these 5 things, or I will do these 5 things, or something like that. Try doing something like that because it's a little dark. Try doing something like that if you're interested in it, because it actually could help you sort of stick with it, and also not you can stick with it for a couple months and see how you feel, so that you're not just freaking out about it and not sure if you can do it. If you write a contract and then say on the contract, I owe so and so $75 if I have a sip of alcohol or a drink, something that's enough money that's going to incentivize you not to do it will work. This is something I have done, not really for booze, but for other things. So try something like that, literally just a piece of paper. Contract says start date, end date. Up until these whole dates, I won't, let's say, drink. I won't have a sip or something like that. Just give yourself time, more than a week. Give it a minute to see how you feel. And again, this is only for people that are worried about it, wondering about it. I'm not saying everybody should stop drinking. I don't care. But I do think that it's worth having a conversation about if you're concerned, or if you just feel like your life is not as good or as positive as it could be. Again, from personal experience, I absolutely encourage everybody to do that, because me and my closest friends, some of them have stopped, and life is just so much better. Another way to stop drinking, I would say, is to I don't go to AA or anything like that. I have friends that do, but maybe going to an AA meeting to find a friend who doesn't drink. There's obviously Bumble out there. You can get on but not for dating, for meeting homies and friends. Get on Bumble maybe, and you can select if they don't drink, to find people that are friends and see if you guys can bond over that. Just a different influence. Another trick is to just hold a cup at the party or wherever you're at the bar. Hold a glass, get soda water, get water, make it look like there's booze in there until you're comfortable being I don't drink. So just pretend, make it seem as if you're just glossing over it, so that nobody has to give you a hard time until you're comfortable with it, ready to state that you're not drinking, if that's what you're going to do. I don't really state it. I just wait for people to offer me, and then I'm just no, I'm good. And then you do it enough times, and then eventually they're oh, you don't drink? It's no, I don't. And that's easy enough. People get it. It's done. Another way to stop is just, if you're worried about it, maybe just don't go out for a month or 2. That's really not that big of a deal. Hang out, watch some Netflix, I guess, YouTube, read, just do other things that are probably more fun anyways. Just don't waste your time. You're going to waste, if you're really concerned about it, you might as well just give it a shot stopping, and don't push it back. And let's see, those are some of the good ones that I have seen people do, or that I did. And then another thing too is just ask somebody about it. Anybody can ask me if you're curious about not drinking. Happy to talk to anybody. I'm really in a good place with it. It's just a decision that you have to make one day. And on that day, you just stick with it. So that's why I think the contract is useful. So if you needed somebody to help you be accountable to it, I'm happy to do that, and happy to just be supportive or help kind of add context if needed. So just wanted to share with everyone, just especially I think women in my age group don't often not drink. At least most of them I've seen don't really subscribe to that lifestyle, which is fine. But I do have quite a few people that do come to me in private when I'm at concerts or shows, and they ask about it, and they're curious, and they do, and this is men and women, and they're a little bit concerned for themselves, at least it seems. So this is just out there to hopefully provide a little bit of comfort and a little bit of advice from somebody who's done it, a little bit of just familiarity, and that it's not so uncommon, and hopefully help somebody out. So if you think that this could help somebody, go ahead and let them know, and comment on the bottom, or go ahead and you know, reach out another way and we can talk about it. All right, cool. Hope this helped. See ya.